You're watching the GameSpot co-op stage, sponsored by LEGO Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You are watching Tomorrow Daily live from the GameSpot co-op stage here at E3 2016. We are here. We're really excited. We just had Tim Schafer on the show.
Yeah.
I'm Ashley Esqueda. This is Jeff Kanata, my co-host.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here at E3. It's great. We have an awesome guest. David Dague is here. You probably know him as DEEJ, the community manager for Destiny. You guys had a big announcement right before E3, the week before E3.
Indeed, yeah.
Of a new expansion called Rise of Iron, right?
Rise of Iron. It sounds like it just sounds strong. Just sounds really strong.
Sounds regal. Well, that's the Destiny player fantasy. We want to make you feel like a badass. We want to turn you into a regal heraldic knight on a quest to protect all of humanity from the dangers that threaten us.
Of course, yeah.
But that's what we're here to talk about. Destiny Rise of Iron is a new expansion for Destiny. It's something we're going to unleash this fall on September 20th. All sorts of cool stuff to do. New enemies to fight, new places to explore, new weapons and armor to add to your character, new ways to become more powerful, new raid, new story, new strikes, new bad guys.
So let's talk about it. Tell me about the new raid. I think let's start at the top.
Yeah, let's start at endgame. Let's go right to endgame.
At the mountaintop and the summit, and then just roll downhill.
Sure.
So the raid is, in the minds of many players of Destiny, sort of the pinnacle of the experience. You know, it's the end game. It's the culmination of the story. It's when you finally infiltrate that enemy stronghold and destroy the source of their power once and for all. It's the most challenging activities that we provide in Destiny. You need a fire team. You need 6 players who agree to work with each other, to communicate with each other, to see the experience through to the end. And
who all have sweet loots.
They all have sweet loot.
Gotta get those fat loots.
Yeah, you gotta go and you gotta be powerful. You want to bring your best game. And the more you play the raid, the more we give you even more sweet loots. So people start to actually sort of bear the trophies of their enemy, you know, as things that they can wear and equip and shoot. We have a new enemy to fight in the form of a new house of Fallen. So we got the Fallen Devil Splicers. They've discovered a horrible technological plague. They've burrowed deep into the Golden Age vaults, deep beneath old Russia, and unleashed this technological plague that they can use to transform their minds and their bodies and become machine gods. So we have to band together under the command of Lord Saladin.
Indeed.
The sole surviving Iron Lord is calling all of the Guardians to rally to his Iron Banner and to go out and fight these new bad guys. And there's some of that action right there.
Are those space wolves? Is that a space wolf?
Earth wolves.
Oh, but they hang out in
imported.
space.
They're imported wolves. Imported.
Those are Lord Saladin's wolves.
Okay.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna go ahead and call them space wolves.
Space wolves.
Everything is
they're
space,
in space
right?
now, so they're in space, so which makes them now space wolves.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about interacting with the community. I mean, Destiny has a really passionate fan base.
Indeed,
a really passionate fan base. They love the game. They're really into it. I see memes about Destiny still. I mean, it's been almost, 2 years after launch? Like, it's been a while.
Yeah,
I still see Destiny memes. People are still talking about it. In terms of developing expansions, how much does the development of an expansion rely on player feedback? Like, in terms of percentages, I mean, obviously development is, hey guys, like this is what we're doing. But when you go into the community, what kinds of feedback do you really take from the players?
All kinds of feedback. We have monitors mounted to the wall at Bungie, and we are watching people streaming gameplay from the world of our game all day long. So, you walk through the studio and you see different people playing different activities. We're always connected to the player with Destiny. It's always online. So we're connected to every single player. You don't need to be a streamer to get our attention or to influence our creative process. We have so many different data points we can rely on to make a great game and to bring new things to life, like the heroes and the adventures in Rise of Iron. We have the activities people that play, the weapons that they equip, the anecdotal feedback that comes from forums, the conversations, the things that people say about the game, the ways in which they want it to change, the ways in which they think it can be better. Then there is, our own gameplay. I mean, so many people at Bungie also play Destiny, so our own experiences shape this a lot too. We see the YouTube videos that they create, we celebrate fan-created content every day, every week at Bungie, they're the main characters in our world. And while the developers and the creators at Bungie do have their own sparks of inspiration, they have their own creative ideas, knowing your audience and being inspired by your audience is a huge part of that. And when we were creating Destiny, we were doing it very much in a vacuum. We had this new thing, new to us. You know, it was a very ambitious project for Bungie. And we unleashed that onto the world and then began the process of getting acquainted with this new audience that was playing our game and letting them really inform us as to what that experience was. And then learning how we can better serve them as entertainers, because that's our goal.
Yeah, and what's, so just out of curiosity, what's the most, you got the monitors up on the walls there watching people play, what's the most unorthodox play style or choice that you've maybe seen a player decide to go for?
Sure, I mean, we've seen people do everything from play raids blindfolded, taking their tactical cues from their opponents, you know, like literally going in blind.
I could do that. I would last about 4 seconds, but I could do it.
Right?
Jeff's like, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
He's
We've seen people play through player activities where they're forced to equip any loot that drops right at that moment, you know, so the player experience is very different by the end of the game. We've seen people play hide and go seek. We've seen people, you know, sort of have challenges to each other. You know, it's like, I dare you, let's all go in and let's play this game together. I have some friends who actually go in and they equip an exotic sniper rifle that's very hard to use. They say, we're all going in, we're going to use nothing but no land beyond, and we're going to see who can score the most kills by the end of this Crucible match. So there's so many different ways to play the game. There's so many different options that you get to embrace as a player. What armor are you going to wear? What class are you going to play as? What weapons are you going to equip? So people can play Destiny in different ways over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, the most hardcore people in our community say, I have one of each. I have Hunter, Titan, Warlock, and I understand every perk set, every gear, you know, every tactical advantage, you know, and they just mix and match all that stuff together until they create their own personal ultimate badass.
That's amazing.
So we've heard that this might be the last paid expansion for Destiny 1. Is that true?
I can't confirm or deny anything about the future of Destiny other than the fact that
Rise of Iron is the future of Destiny.
September, the immediate future of Destiny is September 20th. And we have Rise of Iron. We're going to be sending you into a zone you've never explored before. The Plague Lands is where you'll find the fallen Devil Splicers. You are going to redeem the sacrifice that was made by the Iron Lords to contain that technological plague in the first place. We're going to honor their memory. We're going to ascend to their ranks. We're going to become powerful in some new and exciting ways. And we're going to save the world.
Can you tease some of those sweet loots for us? I know that, you know, Destiny has evolved so much since launch, and even the whole way the loot system works has been completely changed. And I think for the better, you know, having a specific piece that influences my play style and lets me break the rules in really fun ways is awesome. Are there some notable things that you are revealing about Rise of Iron?
Well, we have new gear sets that will commemorate the different things that you've done. I think people have felt about Destiny in the past that the only way to become all-powerful in Destiny is to play the raid. That's really no longer the case. If you're a Crucible person, if you love the story, if you love patrolling the world and participating in public events, if you like the rituals that define the player experience, if you like the raids, there are many different ways to become powerful in Destiny. So all of that gear satisfies that desire to evolve and to become, you know, the apex predator on your friends list. A lot of the new gear and a lot of the new armor you're going to find in Rise of Iron has some interesting new perk sets, some different ways to influence combat and change the sandbox and to change the way you fight. So there will be some new things for you to discover as a player, and that's part of the fun, is to get a new piece of gear, you know, to put on that new helmet and say, this gives me something new, this enables me to do something I've never done before. You know? And
play blindfolded.
Play blindfolded, yeah, of course. That's now my new goal.
The helmet of infinite blindness is what it's.
With the blast shield down, I can't even see.
Yeah, you don't need the blast shield.
You're like, we don't need that.
Find your feelings.
So what do you play as in Destiny?
I am a Warlock. This was an incredibly emotional decision.
I love it. You could describe it as emotional. It's so emotional for everybody. I know that feeling.
I saw wizard robes and I said, I want to be that guy. They're like, well, maybe you should play the game first and really understand.
No.
I'm like, no. I will adopt to a fighting style that complements those robes.
I will find a way.
Those
I will
robes
find a way.
will inform me as to who I should be. Yes.
No, and I love that about Destiny because I feel like, not that it's a loot-driven game, but obviously in any MMO where you are raiding and doing a lot of these sort of high-end endgame things, loot obviously plays a huge part of that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's such a cool thing about games like Destiny and Destiny itself, that you can look at somebody in a video or on a stream and you could say, well, I just want to be that guy. Like, what? I don't even care what class it is. I'll figure it out. I just want to wear that helmet or carry that gun or, you know, wear those robes or whatever that is. Like, that's such a cool part of Destiny. And I always felt that the character design in Destiny is always so fun, but also, like you said, so badass. Like, you just feel cool and you want to look at pictures of you and take like pictures of yourself and share them with your friends and everything. And I think that's really contributed to the way the community has grown.
Without a doubt. And we have art galleries up on Bungie.net, you know, our headquarters on the internet, where every day we're posting new fan art. You know, they upload that stuff, we approve it. So if you're making cool Destiny art, please throw it at us. You know, share it with us on our website. We even got around recently to deactivating the user interface and the heads-up display, so you can just get a nice, clean image of the world. Take your screenshots. I mean, what's a video game with amazing art if you can't take a selfie?
Well, now
it's true.
Now I don't want to play blindfolded.
No,
you guys are giving me conflicting impulses here.
You fight blindfolded, and then you take your picture.
We'll leave that to the 1%ers. You definitely want to see the art, and that's one of the things we wanted to do is to really create a player fantasy. We think Destiny is a game that's driven by action but rewarded by loot. So it's supposed to be a game that's fun to play. You know, you see the world through the eyes of the hero. You know, you walk in the footsteps of the character that you create. But if you're brave and if you defeat your enemies and complete your missions, that gear, that weapon, those weapons and that armor really defines you and the things that you've enjoyed doing. So people can, at a glance, tell what someone's into. And I think one of the best and most meaningful questions in the Destiny community is from someone to say, "Where'd you get that?"
Yeah.
And now this person becomes an aspirational figure, and they can say, I will take you along on this activity. Me and my clan need people like you to get stuff like this, so come with me and we'll complete this experience for each other. Because that's the thing about Destiny, it's enjoyed with new people.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is your favorite aspect of Rise of Iron? What is the most exciting new piece for you?
I love jumping on my Sparrow and exploring a place I've never been. We had a studio-wide play test right on Friday. Everybody at Bungie puts down, you know, what they're doing. They prop a new build of the game. We all play the game, so we understand what we're making. We understand what we need to do to make an experience worthy of our players between now and this fall. So you get to a point where you've completed a story mission, or there's no immediate threat. You jump aboard your personal vehicle and you just wander around. You see what's out there, you know. And the Plaguelands is such an interesting place. You know, it's forever transformed by this technological plague, this SIVA that I keep, you know, hinting at and alluding to. And there's some interesting new ways to patrol. There's interesting public events. I mean, you never know what's going to happen when you're just out in the world of Destiny. What moments of action are going to erupt in that landscape? Who you might encounter? Who might team up with you for a moment of action that, you know, you need to work together to overcome? What sort of rewards you might get for doing that? So that's, you know, really the free-form aspects of the game are something that I enjoy. But at the same time, I mean, like with my clan, you know, we play Crucible, we play the raids, we play the strikes, you know, we play the story missions, we play all of the things that you'll find more of in Rise of Iron. So no matter what sort of player you are, no matter what every specific answer to that question is, we're giving them more of that in this expansion.
Well, it sounds pretty exciting, and it's coming out this fall.
Yep, September 20th, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Destiny Rise of Iron.
Destiny Rise of Iron. Thank you so much. If you guys are just tuning in and you didn't catch us at the beginning, this is DEEJ, Community Manager for Bungie and Destiny. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it. We will be right back. We have the one and only Victor Lucas joining us on
Talking
stage.
about E3 in general. Don't touch that dial.